Good morning, our people. Welcome to the program. We are happy to have you guys. Can we believe it's almost the end of August? Oh, our God is good.
Yep.
As usual, help us to like, to share, to distribute, subscribe, hit the notification button. On Twitter, live on Twitter. We are live on YouTube, and we are live on Facebook. Help us to share all those platforms, whichever one that works for you. That's the whole, goodness about this StreamYard that allows you to share to multiple platforms. So help us to share, like, distribute this message. We are heading home. We are doing the right thing. For the first time, we are not waiting for Papa Gio to pray for us. We are not waiting for people that went to Oxford and Harvard and all these things to come out and deceive us with their big use of English language. And people, there are some of them that can even write articles about things. Yeah, they don't even know what they're writing about. That's how bad it has become. So we are here to stand in the gap. We are here to stand gidigba until Africa is delivered. Look at our stomach. We are pregnant. We are so pregnant because for years they've been lying to us. Africa has been no, we have not been delivered. The terrorists swallowed us somewhere in their stomach until there is a safe delivery of Africa in general and Nigeria in particular. We are not going anywhere. So our picture represents exactly what we stand for. Until that safe delivery has come to fruition, nothing else matters. Nothing else will change. Consistency, persistence, we are in this till the end. We are in this till the end. So continue to help us to share, like, all those nice things that needs to be done. Do not worry about the work of the enemies. The work is going on. The message is going on. We are getting overwhelming responses from people, and we know. So it's not the numbers, it's the number of people that are getting it, not the numbers of miscreants that are watching it, but the numbers of the good men and women that understand the importance of this work to get us to our destination. Like I always say, if not for us, at least for the sake of our children, if not for us, for the sake of our children. So join us today. Today's show is loaded. You can see CCP has a lot for us. By the way, CCP is a spiritual leader, but a lot of us take her for granted. If this woman break down Bible for you, you will go and slap your pastors that been wasting your time for 30 years. She will break it down to you in a way that will make sense, and you will know for sure that she was sent by the Holy Spirit. And today, she's going to take us line by line about all the things. She has the spirit for this, and people don't know that part of her. So continue to help us to share. Looks like they are blocking the view, but whatever it is, we are moving forward. Go ahead, Sister.
Thank you, Sister Mona. You guys start uncovering the masquerade before time. Thank you so much. Thank you, our viewers. We appreciate you. You are wonderful. Those that are coming for the first time, we appreciate you. Please share, like, subscribe. And those are people that have been coming before. We also appreciate you that you are always here. Before we open, you are here, you're waiting, you set your alarm, like, okay, I must start with them. Thank you so much. We can't call you names one by one, but we can see you and we appreciate you. This work, we are together. Please continue to like and share. My name is Dr. A.P. Simon Okube, and I live in Lexington, Kentucky. Yes, my sister and I, we are here to do this work, and we will do it till the work is done. We're here, Gidigba. My people will say we stand Gidigba. By the grace of God, we'll continue to do this job. Those that are sleeping, we wake up. Those that are dead, we wake up. If they continue to be dead, we bury them. But we hope they will they wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Please, we plead for those that are killing our brothers. There was a terrible video that came out this weekend where human beings are butchering another human being like chicken. I can't even kill chicken like that. I can't even dismember chicken like that. I won't be able to. That is not right. Whatever demon that sent you, whatever spirit that sent you, please stop it. Stop it. Mothers of the land, we are saying stop it. He might have been doing it forever, maybe in the time of Bakassi or wherever. We say no more, because you people are the ones that made us enter inside the deep hole we found ourselves, because the battle we are fighting is more of a spiritual battle than physical. Stop this bloodshed. Stop it. For whatever reason, stop it. We know where we're going. It's freedom, it's self-determination. It does not involve killing Ndibo. For whatever reason. There are many ways to kill a rat. There are many ways to make people to do what you want them to do, or to make people to stop doing evil. There are many ways. And in our culture, in Igbo land, we have always had those ways. Go and ask your fathers, your mothers, your Asian people, how do we used to take care of people that are evil in Igbo land? Not what you're doing. That's not who we are. Please, we are not terrorists. And when they finish, you keep denying that it's not you. And you finish and put your face there, put your emblem there. Who do you think you're fooling? Please, IPOB, ESN, or non-government, call your men out of the bush, call them out of whatever they are, and let them get out of that place and stop what they're doing. Now the Canada sent them on the message is somewhere cooling off. Please stop killing our people. We are warning you as mothers of the land. We might not have physical powers, but we are recognized in the land. The power of Umada is recognized in the land, and the right Umada, not the wrong ones. Enough of that. So let's give us food for thought as you subscribe and do everything before we start the main show. When Lucifer wanted to grab God's throne and God's land, what was his reaction? What did God do? He put up a serious resistance. God put up a serious resistance to the extent that war broke out in heaven and Lucifer was sent out of heaven. So who do these Nigerians, you Nigerians, who do you resemble when you choose to welcome and you are even willing to sign contract with your enemy? Foreigners at that, who have come to grab your lands, swallow you and your children. Who do you resemble? Is this wisdom or foolishness? You are even willing to go into election with these enemies, these foreigners that have no business being in your space. You are willing to conduct election with them. An election that there's high possibility that they will emerge as winners. Please, stop it. Go and receive wisdom. Especially those of you that call yourselves Christians. Christianity does not mean gullibility. It does not mean stupidity. Go to the Bible and learn wisdom. You see God in his fullness, what he did for every challenge that he had as God. If you are serving that God, we expect more wisdom from you. Like my sister said, stop listening to your geos. Those ones are compromised. Geos, mommy geos, daddy geos, uncle geos, auntie geo, brother geo, sister geo, cousin geo, niece geo. Stop listening to them. Those ones are compromised because they are benefiting from what is killing you. You move and deliver yourself and your children. Thank you very much. Sorry, my sister. Go ahead.
Thank you, sister. Let me make a little change real quick. Continue to help us to share and like and do all those fancy things that we need to do. Let me make sure that I have the right time on this. Okay, save changes and this and that. Okay. All right. So yes, continue to help us to share, like, subscribe, all these fancy things that we need to do. Like we said, today's message is packed with information that will help you to understand what you're looking at. We've always said on this show that the more you look, the less you see, because they have made us so hungry. They have kept us so dazed, so misinformed, disinformed. Like we want change. We are yearning for change. We are begging for change. But that does not mean that we will take anything for change. That's not how it works. So we have suffered enough. If we are going to adopt this change, it must be a change that is real, a change that will ultimately help to get us what we want, right? Because we don't want any kind of change. We don't want to do it halfway where When that change comes, then it will be something that, people are like, oh my God, is this what we are waiting for? No. No, it's like when we are doing the other freedom fighting. I had a very bad dream as Sister Queen. And I woke up, I said, oh, this thing that we're fighting for, this is the way it's supposed to be. Oh. We should, that was almost what, 5 years ago. I said we shouldn't want it. These people turned into terrorists. We are doing all manner of stuff. And it was scary. It was scary. So this our God know to play joke, man. And I
Like, I
want
know it
to
was confirmed also by the dream I had also when we were in like physics and maggot and all those stuff. God kept revealing that something is wrong somewhere.
that something is wrong somewhere. So before I start with our topic, we're showing you guys the Jonestown video. I don't know how it's showing on the screen. You can see those are the dead bodies of people that refuse to listen to logic and
Oh
reasons.
my goodness.
People
Where
that are,
is this?
people that are brainwashed. And that's how it may end for us if we do not pay accurate attention and take good stock of what we need to do to get
Is
ourselves.
this the Jim Jones tragedy?
Yeah,
Tragedy.
yeah, this is
Okay.
the top view video. Um,
Wow. This
you
is
know,
horrible.
so it's been going on. I just felt like it's more in line with what we're saying today because sometimes
Yes.
people tend to understand it more when you see the reality, of gravity and reality of what
This
we're
is
trying to say.
terrible.
So, as our topic goes today, in Africa, the ignorant, poor, and the vulnerable pay the ultimate price as always. You know why? Do you know why they pay the ultimate price? Because they see red flags and they collect them and wait on the Lord and fast for the Lord and believing in God to do it for them. What are the red flags in this case? We know currently we've heard the man that we want to bring change to us, the one that say he will change the narrative and make Nigeria great again. We've heard so many things that this guy have said out of his mouth, did not hide it, just the same way the Fulanis do not hide what they're doing to us and what they want. But we keep ignoring. This man has told us over and over again, Nigeria is like a car with a knock engine. Nigeria has qualified to be a failed state. Nigeria is no longer in control of her territory and economy. Nigeria is now meeting up with her quota of oil production because 80% is stolen. This guy does not hide what he's all about. They are all in this together. All of them. They are all agents of the Lucifer, the crown that we've been telling you guys that is holding us down. Mind you, we are the only source of income or the main source of income for the queen and her people. So it's like what we are doing now is like trying to rock that source of income. As we're telling you, the economy is going down. They have declared recession. Things are falling apart in place, and we are the only thing that they have to somewhat mitigate what they're going to go through. Because God judgment is coming for every one of them, whether it's gonna come through rain or through sun or through drought or through whatever or heat. Judgment is coming for those who wants to keep subjugating other people while they're living their best life. You can see the video that we have on. It's just a typical reminder what is happening, about to happen to us. It's an eerie experience of the Jonestown. Some of us don't remember that story, but on November 18, 1978, in a place, Jonestown, Guyana, there's a guy called James Jones that took advantage of, mainly black people that have been struggling because of racial discrimination. They thought he was bringing them hope.
And that
They
guy is a
were,
white guy, right?
he's a white guy. My
Wow.
there's always a white. Black people
Wow.
believe white people because they have put it in our head is white people that are God, that are real, they are closest to God. They are brothers and sisters of Jesus. They are in the same lineage with Jesus. So because of that, we believe everything that we are being told. And in this camp, close to 1,000 adults committed suicide and even killed their own children because of what they were brainwashed and they were ignorant. Ignorance have never been more costly, especially in the community of Black people scattered all over the world. It seems like Black people are blessed with poor thinking. As a result, they constantly fall victim of false hope. For the Nigerian politicians, it is a matter of if I do not win, my friend would, right? Win-win situation. They never do a do or die affair, because once you get to the point of endangering their lives, yeah, one guy, how was, so why wouldn't they run? They have their houses in Houston locked up, their mansions. The likes of a Podemari, they have 23 houses or 27 all over. Who wants to die when all that properties are waiting for you? So we know that it's understandable because they have so much money. They have amassed so much wealth stolen from the people to take care of themselves and their family. Sadly, the poor masses in Nigeria, should we say Africa as a whole, they are not that lucky because they have left us hungry. They have weaponized hunger. They watch us die. We watch ourselves die. We watch our children die because we are watching the politicians gamble with our lives and destiny. And every time we are just feeling so helpless, vulnerable. But the good news, like I told a friend yesterday, is that NINAS, the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, has been out in full force discrediting this criminal enterprise going on by sustained humiliating campaign and the Nigerian system and e-governance. We are providing you guys the information that you need to know that these people have nothing but hate for you guys. They have nothing but destruction for you guys. They have nothing but lack of no future. There's nothing for you to look up to. There's no destiny. Your destiny is doomed for you to die. We have done, Ninas has done a marvelous job discrediting the morality, integrity, and the financial dealings of those swearing to uphold such an abominable system. My sister will always say Nigeria is a curse to humanity. Anyone wanting to hold down that curse, you and your family will perish. Lately, we are hearing about a recent prophecy. That is, of course, everything trends for us, right? Except the NINAS strategy that's supposed to deliver you. Everything else will trend, especially if it has things to do with God, because we are so godly, yet we are so evil. Nigerians have till December 2022 to fix things peacefully. Otherwise, the forces of heaven will step in to do the needful, and for that failure, Nigeria will face a condition 7 times worse. Right? You guys have heard this before. As the Leviathans, I don't know if I'm saying this right, makes a final attempt at swallowing up people who sold knowledge to buy ignorance. I've heard that this is a demonic, a 7-headed demon in the Bible that will take over, destroy everything. And some people have already introduced this. So Siseki will help us to understand how these people sold us in. And they be showing us signals, but we don't know what we are looking at. I didn't even know I haven't taken a good look. So we're going to start today's video with the Hunger Games that they have been using to destroy us, to keep us so hungry that we cannot think. We can never leave that stage of Maslow's hierarchy to get to a place where we can now begin to do the right thing for the next generation. They have arrested our development, completely arrested our development. That's why it's normal for a 70-year-old to consider himself a youth. They didn't allow the guy to grow. So even at 70, he's calling himself a youth. So let me pull up the first video whilst we add some.
That is so unfortunate what's happened to Africa and in Nigeria, and Nigeria in particular, because Nigeria is the biggest aggregation of Black people, like biggest camp, slave camp, the biggest. So it's easy. They gathered everybody in that camp, then doing everything. So once one policy will affect more people in Africa. Yes, millions. So they knew what they did. They assembled all of us in one huge slave camp called Nigeria. With one policy, everyone is held down. One policy, everyone goes down. Just one. Why wouldn't they want to uphold the slave camp? I want to show you this video, like Sister Mona said, how they weaponize food and poverty. This story happened during First World War, 1914 precisely. So you see that these people is not how they started. Their evilness started from beginning. From the beginning, that's when it started. Britain starved Germany into submission. Does this sound familiar? You remember Biafra genocide? How they starved 2 million Biafran children to death. It wasn't war that killed them. Because during that genocide, people that lived through it, that were adults during that time, will tell you that things were even going well for the Biafran people in the city. While our military and soldiers were out bombarding them, fighting. What was going on, but our people were prospering because that was the right thing to do. Separate yourself from the children of the bondwoman. That was the right thing to do. However, they turned around, brought this policy, this 10 policy we're showing you now, that they use since 1914, and they have been using it, and the world has been watching them use it, and they don't tell anything. They don't tell them anything. They used it to kill 2 million, over 2 million Biafran children.
Still killing people
Still
with it.
killing them. And that case has not been brought up. Even Biafra genocide has not been got up. It has not been acknowledged and recognized as a genocide. But people are busy walking up and down, doing politicking with the people that committed that crime in our land. Let's show you what our sister has to say.
Price is up by more than 12%. Russia is blaming Western sanctions for this. It also blames Ukrainian mines along the Black Sea ports. You see, Ukraine has dropped mines in the Black Sea to deter an amphibious attack by Russia. The World Food Programme says 47 million people will fall into acute food insecurity this year. Russia says it is happy to ensure safe passage of food. But it's up to Kiev to clear its ports of mines. On the 22nd of July, the United Nations and Turkey brokered a deal. Ukraine cleared some routes of mines. Ships from Ukraine's ports finally set sail, but the crisis will not be resolved overnight. Did you know weaponizing food is a crime? The United Nations Security Council Resolution 2417 says, using starvation of civilians as a method of warfare may constitute a war crime. And this is a crime that states have been guilty of since times immemorial. Romans weaponized food to destroy Carthage. We're talking about 146 BC. Hitler starved 4.2 million Soviets during the Second World War. America, too, is guilty of hunger games. During the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln signed the Lieber Code. The order said, it is, quote unquote, lawful to starve the hostile, belligerent, armed or unarmed. You may be surprised to learn that India too has been a victim of the Hunger Games. Who starved India? Britain did. Historians note that colonial Britain would quash Indian rebellions by ravaging crops and poisoning wells. It basically used hunger to command obedience. Let's look at some recent examples. Yemen. Some 17.4 million Yemenis are food insecure. That's 17.4 million in a population of 30 million. 2.2 million children are acutely malnourished. How do you think that happened? In 2014, Houthis captured Yemen's capital, Sana'a. A Saudi-led coalition intervened. It shut down the Red Sea port at Hodeidah. That is the main entry point for Yemen's food imports. Then we have Ethiopia. It is in the middle of a war. Ethiopian armed forces are fighting in the rebel-controlled region of Tigray. Those living in Tigray say Ethiopian soldiers are blocking food aid. They're stopping farmers from harvesting. Soldiers are also stealing seeds, even killing livestock and looting farm equipment. You see, food is a basic necessity for all of us. It does not matter whether you live in Yemen, Ethiopia, India, or Cambodia. If you go without food, you're likely to die within 40 to 60 days. Capitalism has commodified food and war has weaponized it. It has put our health and well-being on the front line. What's surprising is that despite so many examples in history, despite numerous Hunger Games, the world has not yet learned its lessons. This is our world. It has 6 breadbasket regions: Canadian prairies and the US Midwest, Northwestern Europe, Southern Russia and Ukraine, Northern India, Eastern China, and Brazil and Argentina. The ongoing war in Ukraine has set one food basket on fire. The others are not quite safe either. What happens if tomorrow China and Taiwan go to war and the US is dragged in, which it will most likely be? 40% of corn exports are from the US. 30% of rice is grown in China. 34% of soy comes from the US. 18% of wheat from China. What happens to the countries that depend on these crops? South Korea imports rice from China. So does Turkey, Japan, Egypt. What happens to all of these countries? The world must secure its food, shield it from war. And how do we do that? One, by becoming self-sufficient, increase production at home. Countries must invest in agricultural science, encourage innovation in the food sector. Today, yes.
All right, we can stop this video here. The most important thing is that, we need to understand what is going on around us so that they are not doing us. The more we look, the less we see. There is nothing wrong with planting things in your backyard. Remember when we were growing up, when you come back home, there is pawpaw, there is guava, there is orange, there is, what other trees do we have? Avocado, there is Ghana of fruits that you can eat until your mother comes home to cook. How we turn around and allow these people to determine if we have wheat or soy or corn is what I don't know how that happened. And we have to do better for ourselves because we are living our lives for people that they don't care about us. They just don't care. And as long as they have that stronghold, they will continue to manipulate things in order to control us even further.
And there is unfortunate because we saw these things happen. We knew when things started going bad. I know we might not know when it started, but we know we saw it getting worse and worse and worse. And we were looking, like we said, the more we look, the less
like the United States and
Sorry.
The more we look, the less you see. But that's why we're here now, for us to understand what we're seeing. So you don't start seeing men as trees. When you see the right thing that you're supposed to see. So we have shown you the international scene for you to understand that there's a bigger picture. Don't be very myopic and be looking just in your backyard, thinking that it's just your neighbor that is behind your house. Or a Ijaw man is thinking is Igbo man. Igbo man is thinking is Ijaw. Like, no, forget that. It's a bigger thing. The battlefield is wider than you can imagine. That's why we bring in the international segment for you to see what is happening in other places and compare it to what is happening in your background. So you now see this next video, we're going to show you Nigeria, the giant of Africa. Number 6 oil producing country. Yet cannot feed her people. They are grouped along with Afghanistan, Lesotho, Liberia, all these small countries that just 2 million, 3 million, just like we. With all our intelligence, education, qualification, every shun. Yet, we can't feed our people. We have become number 10. Poverty rated number 10. For people, hunger nations, people that cannot feed themselves. Like my sister says, is it that we don't have land? Is it that we don't have sunshine? Is it that we don't have manpower to farm? No. Policies from the demonic forces controlling that slave camp will not allow us to feed our people. And that said, we must go back and reconstruct that slave camp. Pull it out and liberate our people. All the indigenous peoples, all the ethnic nations, not one, all will be delivered. An entire black race will be set free. Go ahead, please.
10 worst hunger countries. Number 10, Nigeria. The population of Nigeria, West Africa, is more than 200 million, but the problem of poverty is very high here. People do not have money, so hunger is going to be seen increasing continuously with every day. According to the latest report, Nigeria's Global Hunger Index, GHI score, has come out to be 29.2. People do not get food on time, and every year millions of people die here, only due to starvation. In this way, in terms of the hunger index, today this country comes in the serious category. Number 9, Afghanistan. The situation in Afghanistan is very bad. Although 20 years ago its score was seen going beyond 50, today its condition is...
My dear, are they saying that Nigeria is worse than... Okay, Afghanistan is number 9, so we are next to Afghanistan. Okay. That's even scary.
Yes, we are next to Afghanistan. Can you imagine? Number 6 oil producing country in the world. Does it even make sense? Does it make sense? There's something bigger than what we are dealing with. It's a bigger battle. It's not something that a trader will be jumping up and down speaking some has English. It's bigger. And we're saying we can turn these things around. That's what we're saying. We say we can turn it around, but not when foreigners are in charge of your territory and your lands and your resources. No. The Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, what they're saying is that we need to return these resources, lands and everything to the owners of the land, the indigenous ethnic nations. All of them need to get back their sovereignty so they can determine what to do with it. They will determine how to manage it and how to take care of their people. If they choose to produce food crops, they will produce food crops for themselves. If they think food crops is better than cash crop, that decision will be theirs because that's the right thing to do. Even heaven decided, like we said at the beginning, when Lucifer tried to grab God's land, God sent Lucifer out. That's what you do to foreigners coming to take over your resources. That's what you do to them. You send them out of the land. God has given you example. So this video we're going to play now, because like we said at the beginning, our people want to listen to, if it's white, your brother, your sister will be telling you the same thing. No, your ear will not hear because the ear, they use them what to close it. But when white-skinned person comes, even if he's somebody that didn't go to school, once he's white, whatever he says, you follow. That's why we are even in the slave that way, because the people that came to colonize us, they were not very intelligent. They were not highly intelligent people. They were criminals moving around, stealing things up and down for their country. So there's no reason why we should even enter inside that. So when you see some of the treaties they signed on our behalf, that they gave them to sign, you know that our people did not read these things. They didn't read. They didn't know what they were signing. They were tricked into whatever that happened. So now we have this prophetess from Europe. The only reason we are playing it, and we'll take time to play it, because she went into details to repeat and confirm what we have been saying. Yet the prophets in the land, the so-called GOs in the land, the churchgoers in the land, the Nigerian churches are not aware of all these things she's saying, yet they are praying to the same God. How can a woman coming from somewhere else come and be repeating to them what Nina is already doing, what Nina has already found out, but the church in Nigeria is not aware? If you check in the audience when the woman was saying it, some of them, their eyeballs were poking out like, hey, what are you saying? So you mean you've been following God and God did not tell you all these things? Are you in the courtyard or are you outside the yard when you get to that heaven that you get there and you're worshiping God? Is it not what we've been telling you people here, that inside Nigerian churches is market, is business? God has left Nigerian churches. He's not here anymore. He has left you people since. All you people are doing now is dupe people, because there's no way that God is in your presence, that God will not be telling you things minute by minute, second by second. But let's listen to Oyibo woman. She said that the first thing we need to deal with is Leviathan, like we try to pronounce. Leviathan is many-headed dragon with spitting fire and smoke coming from the nose. We will show you a picture of it as time goes on. These are origin demons. And there's a cabal of 5 demonic entities. We will show you this Oyibo woman, and we'll show you the prophecy of an African prophetess that had come out before, but our people did not listen. We will break it down for you. So pay attention. We'll explain what she's saying at the end, but you can hear her because she's quite loud. Please go ahead.
Feel as a prophetic community, and I heard God say it. I know Chuck Pierce heard God say it. I think you guys have heard God say it too, that March is going to be one of the pivot months of this year where we're going to see the breakout of wars. So if we are in a continual clash of the kingdom, why are the prophets bothering with telling you again there's going to be war? Because this year, I believe what has changed in the spiritual realm is that Satan has called on Leviathan, and Satan has delegated his power to Leviathan and given him charge to bring chaos to the nations. Now, you already know from Revelation that Satan is able to delegate massive authority to the beast and the dragon, yes? So this is right in with Scripture. This is a worldwide rise of Leviathan. And I have been dreaming about this and hearing about this. The demonic giant is coming. You can hear Leviathan thunder if you attune your ear in the spirit realm, and there is demonic agreement that it is Leviathan's day. Oh, joy. So we need to know about Leviathan. You need to know about Leviathan, and that's what I want to do this morning. To the ancient world, the sea was a terrifying place. And Leviathan, as you know, is a sea monster. The sea was unpredictable, it was restless, it was ever moving, raw power was found there, and ancient Israel was not a seafaring nation. So what came out of the sea was confusion demons and chaos demons. Now, one of those is Leviathan, but there's also one in Isaiah 51 called Rahab. Now, you know, stay with me, because I'm going through scripture here, because I want to teach you before we give you warfare strategies. We must not just have prophets who say, "Thus says the Lord," and cannot anchor it in scripture. We do not want that. So you're going to have to stay with me for a scripture journey here, so that you know that what the word of the Lord says through the mouth of the prophet is backed up in the Logos, written word of God, okay? Any prophet who cannot link their "thus says the Lord" to scripture is not worth following. Okay, so you know that Satan is thrown down to the earth. And we read in Genesis 1 verse 2 that there was dark, watery chaos. Why? Because Satan in Ezekiel had already been cast down there. So when God starts to create, he is bringing order to where Satan has been cast down. And the first 3 days of the creation of God is an activity of forming order and bringing boundaries to the dangerous waters. He sets the limits of the sea. So when you think about Leviathan, I want you to think forevermore 3 things in this order. 1, he is primarily about chaos. Now, some of you should be going, "Oh, hang on a minute. I know I've got some chaos in my life, in my church, in my ministry, in my business, in my own head." And you certainly have chaos in your nation. That is Leviathan, personally and corporately and nationally. The next thing you should think, number 2, when you think about Leviathan, is pride. He is king of the children of pride. And the third thing you should think when you think about Leviathan, and this is really strong, is miscommunication, distorted truth, lies, twisting of what is true, because we know that Leviathan is a many-headed, fire-breathing dragon where smoke comes from its nostrils. So when we come to the story of Noah, it is the story where God allows the waters of chaos to no longer be held back. Okay? The significance of the flood story is that it is an undoing of Genesis. It's a move towards a decreation. God is unraveling the separations he's put in place. And the terrifyingness of Noah's flood is the sense that we could all return to a primeval chaos. So, what is the rainbow all about? What is the rainbow actually promising? The rainbow is promising that God would not use chaos again to destroy us. And God speaks order in the rainbow, an order of color, but his promise is seed time and harvest, day and night. So let's jump in our scriptures to Moses. Moses takes the children of Israel across the Red Sea. To us, it's an amazing miracle. But the imagery of God moving waters when Moses raises his staff is God pushing back chaos, the chaos of the Red Sea, so that they can pass. Now, you know that is enhanced in Isaiah 51. And if you want to interpret scripture, you use other scripture to interpret scripture. And Isaiah 51 talks about Rahab, or Leviathan, this sea monster who was pushed back so the children of Israel could cross. And the chaos monster needed repelling so they could step into their new place. Are you with me?
All right, I'm gonna stop this video here. We'll post this video in its entirety, for you to go and learn more. So okay, go ahead.
So you heard her mention chaos and confusion as what the enemy uses. That Leviathan is 1999 Constitution, because that is where they are breeding the confusion and chaos. In that book, they are using to govern Nigeria. That is where they divided us, like balkanized us into states with that book. Dividing Igbo here, divide Idoma here, Igala here, everywhere we are fighting. They created chaos and confusion. You heard her mention miscommunication, twisting of truth and lies. All these things came from that book. And we will show you also, as we continue to this, because the thing is, when you understand who your enemy is and the strategy your enemy is using, you will now know the right strategy to use to fight them. Because you understand that your weapon is not carnal, it's not flesh and blood. Your weapon is not gun and bullets, because what they are using something deeper than that. So you have to get to the level where they are and fight them from that level, the level of where they are. We want to show you a woman, because these people, demons have physical agents. If you listen, there's a place this woman mentioned 4 levels of demonic authorities, principalities and powers, and then the last 3, 4 is indwelling of demons in human beings. When these demons indwell certain human beings, they will not use those human beings to execute those things in the land. The principalities and powers are demons of territories and lands. But the other 3, 4 demons in that, those of you that are reading Bible, you're supposed to know these things. But your pastors are not explaining to you. They will never explain to you, because they are partners with these spirits, these water demons. These are beasts. This beast from the river and from anything. Of course, we know that is Britain. That is the one on the crown. So we will bring it to you. It's coven. It's a big coven. And we have shown you the hierarchy of demons, the hierarchy of principalities and powers, holding Nigeria and Nigerians down. If you don't understand these things, you will be fighting lesser demons rather than going for the main one. When you are at war, you go for the jugular of your enemy and bring your enemy down. You don't go scratching his legs and his arms. So this is another, listen to this one. This is an African woman. She will mention some names that you will be used to. confirming what this woman said. This woman, her own prophecy came out before the white woman's own. The white woman's own came this year. It's February this year that he came. And she said from March it will start. So we have already started. This woman came before now. Pay attention, she will call names. Then we'll explain it further to you.
Became the leader of Biafra. Everything was playing on his belly for me. I was seeing everything. This is what I saw in this vision the Lord showed me. Immediately I saw on his chest like a video showing me all the secret of how he started this move, Biafra. In the beginning, he was not the leader of Biafra from the beginning. I saw he was a calm gentleman but had desire of being great. He has a mind. There are some people that have mind to do anything. So after that, I saw 4 influential, rich, old Nigerian men and 3 white men in dialogue in a meeting who they will use to establish their plan. One of them, I was able to recognize his face. The other one was looking like a Fulani man. All of them, these 4 men, Nigerian leaders, old men, were putting on agbada. The other one that I was able to recognize, he has been an old president in Nigeria, is not Armstrong. Amen. And then, after I recognize him, the others, if I see their pictures, I'll be able to recognize them, but I don't know them. But the other one, his face was looked like a Fulani man. Some of them, and then I saw 3 white men with them together. Some of them have been in power and do not know how to regain power and control over the people again. In their cult, they pick up Nnamdi Kanu and call him for a meeting. In these 4 Nigerian influential people, rich people, old men, I saw with them again 3 white men sitting in a meeting that they want to start something that they will be in control, but they don't know who is the person. They cannot do it because Nigerians have known them. So they need somebody that have mind that they can sponsor. So in their spirit realm, they're able to locate Nnamdi Kanu. Immediately, I saw one of them call him on phone, this gentleman. When they call him, immediately again, I saw them in a meeting with him, Kanu. And then this man that I recognize, this old leader of Nigeria, former leader of Nigeria, asked him a question. Do you want to be a leader? Do you want your own people to follow you and to lead, and you want to lead people? And then this young man replied them, that is Kanu. He said, I do not have the money to advocate a country of my own. These people, these 4 black and 3 white, told him they will sponsor him, but he should not mention their names. All the money and influence he needs, they will give it to him. But before contract is signed, he should join them into their evil cult. I saw, and he agreed, and I saw these people carry him and told him he should enter into the sea and make love with one fat, ugly woman inside the sea. Before I saw him, it's like he was fearing. And then they pushed him inside and told him, you are going to do it so that you can have mind and boldness. Enter and make love with her. Don't be afraid. You will like it as you continue. They all started laughing. When he started making love with her, in the beginning, he was afraid. Later, as the thing continued, fear vanished from his heart. After the word of the woman, after making love with her, the woman now said, I will back you up. I will give you word. Anything you want to say, you will listen to me. I will give you word. I will give you power. Anything you say, people will follow you. After this, they carry him to a cult dark room. I saw they shed or kill a new person. He in the canoe was the one that did the killing, all for him to have mind, not to have pity for anybody. After doing it, they say he should drink it so that his heart will be bold, will not have no pity till he gets what he wants. Now, after he finished, I saw them telling him, now your mouth is filled with power. People will believe you, and even they can die for you.
Wow.
Go and deceive, lie to them, raise up their hope, tell them their dreams that they are looking from a leader. And then these Nigerian leaders, these old influential rich men, say to him, we will tell you secret things of the country, and you will reveal and expose it. You will tell them it's the Lord that is giving to you. They will believe, because these are secret things that have been hidden.
Wow.
But we will tell you, you will reveal it, and the people will love you, because this is what they want for long. Don't fear prison or any fight that will come up. We will bring you out anywhere you are. The money you need for anything, we will give you. And later, after they finish this, they told him, from now on, you will be on salary. They will be paying him because he's a mission person working for them. Even if we speak evil against you, they were telling Kanu, even if we speak evil against you openly, don't surprise. We are one in the dark world. Your plan is to suppress this government, bringing problem. After doing this, don't be afraid. They will not have any option but to call you to dialogue, and we will tell you what you will tell them what you want. This is what we have been wishing for. So after you have suppressed them, the leaders, they will not have any option because of peace. They will call you for dialogue, and we will tell you what position and what you want. Don't be afraid. It will work, because this is how our president did by using Boko Haram to frustrate President Jonathan, and it got it. We have prepared people all over the world to support you. Don't be afraid. And they say, come and see. They now carry him. And then I saw in his same belly, I saw pastors of different kinds and nations. They told them, from today, you people will go and be prophesying to the people that Nnamdi is sent by God. Tell people to believe in him. So Nnamdi now was shocked to see pastors that he did not believe they were cultic people. I heard him saying it in his chest as the video was showing me. He was surprised to see the pastors. He now said, Jesus don't have power. He was shocked to see leaders, great pastor in cult with him. And then they told him, we will play our part for you, everybody. We will be telling the people prophecy and revelation to support you. All of us are one. And then they told him, you will be the one bringing blood to the court from now to fortify you for more power. He agreed. And then the 3 white men I saw there told him that they will support him, they will take him to international level, but all they need, if the deal work, they only interested over the oil business. And then he agreed, everybody, if the thing work, he will listen to all of them, their needs.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Sister Mona. You know, sorry, our people, that we've had to allow this to play. I could tell the story, but we wanted you to hear it. For those of us that were in IPOB, we knew how this thing happened for real, because Nnamdi was saying it. By the time you saw Nnamdi telling you that he will not bow to Jesus Christ, he will not bow to anything, that it was rubbish, because these people, he had seen these pastors in the coven. By the time he brought up the ESN and brought the logo, changed the Biafra flag to the logo, to Leviathan. That logo is Leviathan logo. These are the things that happen. And we're telling you here, there's a brother here that is saying that P2B, our people understanding what we're saying, that P2B has covenanted himself. And we have told you, they gave him the international collaboration. Like you see what they're doing with P2B right now. Everywhere he will go, you will see crowd. It's all part of the deal. It's all part of the, you will hear CNN is now ready to, okay, look at this logo. Look at it very well. You see the heads spin out from all the corners, many heads. Then you see the mouth is spin out fire. This is the picture of Leviathan. This is Leviathan.
Hey!
The sea monster. The sea monster. Our Biafran people, pay attention. Please don't be sentimental about this. This is not about individuals. It's about systems. When we are struggling to be free, what they do is that they will look for one of us that the head is hottest, that is carrying the struggle on his head. That's why when we tell you that we don't want this struggle to have the face of one man or whatever, someone can be a spokesperson, but the rest are working together and making decisions with that person. They might send that person to talk, but that person will be referring to the people sending him, which is our people, the indigenous people. That's the only way we can defeat this hierarchy of demons against us. But if one man makes himself Alpha and Omega, you see, during colonial time, it was more difficult to conquer the Igbos because we did not have one king. We had different towns and different kings. So when they finish from Nnobi, they will go to Neni. When they get to Neni, they see another king there. That one will say, no, if you negotiated to Nnobi people, what's my business? They will finish and enter to Abia. They will finish and enter to all those nations, ethnic, all those towns and villages had their own kings. So it was more difficult for them to conquer Igbo land than where they had an emir or had an Oba. They would just go and negotiate with the Oba and everybody is agreeing. So that's the hatred they have for Biafrans and Ndi. That hatred is there because they know that what we can do, just our system will not allow them to do certain things. Now, what did they resort to? They will not look for the person that says, I'm the one in charge of Ndibo. I'm the one in charge of Biafra. I can give life, I can take. I'm the Alpha and Omega. These people are in our life.
That's why he was making all kinds of threats. Nobody went for him.
Exactly.
Nobody. He represented everything a terrorist would do. Nobody.
Exactly. Nobody. So then he changed this logo to Leviathan. From the Biafra that we are fighting for, he changed to Leviathan and blood began to flow. And we told you, what is the work of the Leviathan? Chaos. By the way, the Leviathan is a prideful sea animal. Is a prideful sea beast. Very proud. Saying things that you will wonder, like, what is this person talking about? Who is telling this person what he's saying? He has mission, chaos and confusion. Confusion everywhere. Chaos everywhere. And we told it, the white woman talked about the cabals, the 5 demonic entities. This Nigerian woman also told you about the president, that the people. She gave names. He said one was looking like a Fulani man. Is that not Buhari? He gave names. He said that one was a president before that is not too handsome. That's Obasanjo. We have these 5 generals, 5 army generals that fought and held Nigeria together for them, for Britain. What we are suspecting is that they entered into a covenant with Britain that if Nigeria breaks, let them kill them. So you see Obasanjo fighting, even as he's weak, he's going everywhere, bringing who else will carry this Nigeria as one. The way Obasanjo is fighting to hold Nigeria, if he fought like that, his family will not be broken. Obasanjo does not fight like that to keep his own family together. But he's there fighting in his old age. The same thing with IBB. IBB is the one that put Nigeria in OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries. Yet nobody said anything. Putting our people deeper and deeper into poverty level so that they can easily control them, to make them do whatever they want them to do. This time will not be enough for us to break down everything for you, but we post these things in our land. Okay, this is the commander, one of the commanders of ESN, IPOB Killer Squad. What is his name? Dragon. These things are not by mistake. All Dragon does is drink blood. Is many-headed demon. The Leviathan is many-headed dragon. That's the emblem. What else are you looking for, my people? What else are we going to tell you before you know what is happening to us? We told you, don't be sentimental about this thing. What is happening to us is what is happening in Nigeria in its entirety. The killing you're seeing northeast, northwest, these people go and look for like the head of Boko Haram. They will covenant with them. Why is it that when they kill us as Christians, your Pope does not speak? But when they kill Muslims, the Pope will speak. These people belong to the same coven. They belong to the same coven, causing confusion and chaos everywhere, killing everywhere. Now, while we are killing ourselves or trying to kill the lesser demons, the people that we say, oh, these are lesser demons, because these recruits, like all the people they recruited in Southeast, they are lesser demons. They recruited them. And we are busy fighting ourselves. Look at what the so-called politicians are doing. They marry themselves, do business together. You will see P2B telling Atiku, my Oga, my master, my leader. They all belong to the same coven. Who are the people sponsoring P2B? Obasanjo, IBB, Buhari, not Buhari, Obasanjo, IBB, and the rest of them. I can't call out their name. We showed you the picture in one of our pictures. Balahu and all those ones. Those Fulanis and everything. Who is his VP? A Fulani man from Mauritania. Obasanjo killed our people. IBB killed our people. The people that P2B is bearing the same name with. He is his own people, but he does not care. Why? Because he has entered covenant with them to kill us. So we must stop fighting ourselves. We must stop fighting ourselves and killing ourselves. Whatever you're doing in your neighborhood, you're dealing with the lesser demons. The politicians are busy having fun with the origin demons, the Leviathan that has come to destroy all the indigenous peoples. The first thing we need to do is to pursue those five demonic entities. And remember, our weapon of warfare is not flesh and blood. So we are not telling you to go and carry guns and bullets. That's not what we use. If somebody is feeding on blood, somebody is causing chaos, first thing you do is to stop the chaos. Is it not true? So the first thing you do is to bring order. Once you are bringing anarchy, you are feeding into their warfare. You are helping them to do the job. Once you are killing our people and bringing blood, you are helping them to do the job. So the first step is to stop them. They are using chaos and confusion. The first thing for us to begin to understand ourselves, for us to begin to stop chaos, for us to begin to humble ourselves, for us to begin to reduce the miscommunication, for us to begin to reduce the twisting of lies, for us to begin to seek truth, begin to bring order in what we are doing. That will frustrate the enemy. Our weapon is not carnal. Our weapon is not gun and bullets. You're only playing into their hands. I will say it how many times? We want to show you this video again, because what we are trying to prove to you is that these people work together. And the only person on the other side are the poor masses. You are the one that will die. Why they move on? Like Sister Muna told us at the beginning of this show, for the politicians, it's a win-win thing. If one does not win, his friend will win, and they will all go and share contracts and move on with their lives. They have covenanted themselves with these people in charge of the demonic things happening in Nigeria, and they work together. All of them are members of the same cult, and they have some pastors in there, your daddy GOs, those that are hearing Christians being massacred and they do not want to say anything. They're the ones that will go and market PVC for you because it's part of the business. At the end, they will reward them with private jets. The social influencers are part of it. The traditional leaders that they have put on payment, all of them, the traditional leaders are receiving salary from this coven. All of them are together in that coven. The only people outside are the poor masses. Like the Guyana tragedy that happened when Jim Jones was with the gathering people inside his coven. People were watching them until the people were massacred and killed. And they called it revolutionary suicide. People can be, oh, we are doing revolution, we are doing revolution. Actually, you are about to commit suicide. And do you know what? Your enemy will watch you commit suicide. They will give you false hope. And then at the end, where would he land you? In death. All our children that we want to come out of bush, are they not the ones being killed now? Massacred and dismembered as if they're not human beings. These things are not hidden. Open your eyes so that you open your brain, open your eyes so that you will follow what we're telling you. No sentiment in this. Please go ahead and play. This video happened in 2019 when Peter Obi, that's before Peter Obi was invited to UK, where he got recruited by the Leviathan people, the evil people, the origin demons with their heads and tails in Lagos, the former capital of Nigeria. That's where they say this, the spirit of the Leviathan, the head and tail, is in Lagos. And you can see them doing some things in Lagos and all that. Then they're operating from other places, closer to the water. Are we surprised that the head and tail is in Lagos? Another person also prophesied that there was a big snake coiling around entire Nigeria, head and tail in Lagos. When God says something, God is not false. So for those of you that do not know that there's God, there is God, and he speaks to save his people. The problem is his people are deaf, dumb, and they don't listen. And that's why he said, my people perish for lack of knowledge. And we come here every Saturday to give you knowledge so that you will not perish. We know some people will still perish at the end, but we thank God for those that are waking up. You, we hear you, we see you. You see you're waking up, your eyes are opening up. Thank you. Please open your neighbor's eyes. Wake them up. They need to wake up because the destruction is real and it's coming. Go ahead, please.
The former vice presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2019 elections, Mr. Peter Obi, has compared Nigeria to a vehicle with a knocked engine, insisting Nigerians should devote more of their energy towards fixing the engine of the car rather than seeking or concentrating their energy on who becomes the driver. He said, and I quote, "Today, nobody recognizes academics, nor are they invited for meetings on how to deepen knowledge in the country. Yet, every day we hear of meetings with kidnappers and bandits." Well, joining us to discuss this is the founder, Kaduna Youth Community Development Volunteers, Silani Adamu Musa. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, so straight to the point. He's comparing our country to a sports car. A car that the engine is not as good as.
Okay. That was when P2B was in PDP. Because we told you, whether PDP, APC, Labour, all the political parties in Nigeria, they are together. Because once you are formed under the 1999 Constitution, which is the main Leviathan document, you will play according to the rules. There's nothing else you can do. If you're operating under that 1999 Constitution, you are not doing any other thing. You are under the influence of Leviathan spirits. That monster that have come to destroy us and cause chaos and confusion. You were going to do what they told you to do. You will not do anything apart from it. So this battle is divided. The 1999 Constitution is the Leviathan spirit, the one that is breeding chaos and confusion in our land. If you are in support of 1999 Constitution, you are against the people. You are working for the owners of the coven, the Leviathan spirit that came from Britain. If you are against the 1999 Constitution, if you're not getting ready to uphold it and everything, you are with the people. Let me say it again. The 1999 Constitution is here. Some people are in support of 1999 Constitution and they want to swear to uphold it and keep it forever so that Nigeria will be one. The other people say no, this book of Lucifer needs to go down so that the people, the ethnic nations, can be free and have self-determination and decide their destiny for themselves. So you are either here or here. You cannot be on the fence. If you're on the fence, you're a hypocrite. You must choose where you belong. Which part of the 1999 Constitution, 1999 Constitution, which is the Leviathan, is the one that is in the middle? Where are you? Are you on the Lord's side or you on the side of the Leviathan? If you are supporting PVC, if you and your church members and your pastors and your GOs are telling our people to go and pick the PVC printed by the Leviathan, you are the spirit killing our people. The blood we are seeing in Northeast, Northwest, Middle Belt, Southeast, everywhere, that blood, you are the one bringing the blood. If you want our people to stop dying, what we need to do is now, not in 2023, not after that book of Lucifer has been enthroned again. Go ahead. Let's see what P2B started saying. By the time he now joined the Leviathan group, he was recruited by Leviathan, and he began to confuse us with charismatic English, like Jim Jones. Let's listen to what he's saying now. Watch him.
Please continue to help us to share, like, subscribe, invite other people. You can see that this message today is loaded. It helps to give you some clarity as to what you're seeing, because there's a lot of blurriness. There's a lot of confusion about what is going on. Hunger is in the land. So we need our people to understand so that we can bounce. Because if not, we know that they have handed over to the hands of Lucifer and they have the key. They have the key to the car. What we're doing now is to put wedge on that car so it doesn't go anywhere. Are you going to be a partner? Are you going to help us to disseminate this information? Please continue to help us to share, like, subscribe, whatever that needs to be done to get this message across.
Of Nigeria and my leader, Lord Atiku Abubakar. All other protocols.
His leader, Atiku Abubakar.
Mine is a very simple one. Let me start by
His leader.
thanking the organization for inviting me. As you know, I'm one of those strongest beneficiaries of the judiciary. For my strong legal team, for the work of my small legal team led by Dr. Yechi Bazu, SAN, and led OJ Nadi, SAN, I wouldn't be standing here. You know that from my election petition to my impeachment to my tenure interpretation. And again, whenever people talk about corruption in the legal or in the judiciary, and one who takes exception, in all this journey, I did not give anybody one naira. So for me,
so sad.
For me, I remain eternally grateful to you for what you did for me to be here and everything. Our topic today is democratic transition in the 21st century Nigeria, 2023 and beyond. I think it's for great people like you or people like Chimamanda invited, but for me as a trader, I'll try to contribute in my own little way, the way I think we should go. For me, democracy have a simple description. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. That means everything about democracy is the people. And transition means changing from one thing to the other. And for me, Nigeria needs urgent transition from being a highly insecure country to a secure country, from a disunited country to a united country, from corruption to a transparent country, from a country of lawlessness to a country of law and order. But in all this, it is important that we look at where we are today for people to understand the gravity of the journey we are going to take if we are going to transit. Where are we today? Nigeria has qualified to be a failed state. We have met the 2 or 3 biggest characteristics of a failed state. Number 1 is when you're no longer in charge of your territory. Today, we are among the top terrorist countries of the world. We are among the top kidnapping countries of the world.
Please, you guys can listen to this nonsense later on. I can't even stand the lies. So the government of the people, by the people, for the people, and you're not standing on that. But you're selling it to, vulnerable, ignorant people that don't even understand what you're saying. But they know how to make noise and they can pay ticket to go and see you in a stadium. So, my dear, I can't even do that. I can't even begin to listen to such a craziness, anymore. Yeah. You want government of the people, by the people, but you want to rule them by constitution that was not drafted by the people.
Can you imagine? Doesn't even make sense. And you see them like looking charismatic like Jim Jones, dragging the people along to death. What level of insincerity?
And then you use their friends, Chimamanda, everybody, yes. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, they are all in this with me. Wow.
Dishonest people, morally bankrupt people.
Our brother is the government of P2B by P2B and for P2B. Brother, yes. On point.
Yes.
Correcto.
That's what he wants. Whether the people are dying or whether this Leviathan is killing the people, he's pulling his people along to the people that killed 3.5 million Biafrans. He's pulling us. We are going. We say we don't want. P2B is pulling us together. He said, I will drag you people along because I've been recruited to do so. P2B is starting from when Nnamdi Kanu stopped.
Yeah.
And we will keep telling you people the truth. Whether you like it, we know that name, you are addicted to it. We are telling you, see it. You don't want to listen, even when we are showing you all the signs. See the chief Leviathan. You see him, as old as he is, he's still moving up and down, dragging everybody to the slave master. Now they're having meeting in London. Somebody will say, why London? Because that's the Leviathan headquarters. It has to be done where the coven spirit is. Look at P2B. He's telling you that Nigeria is a failed state. That Fulani terrorists have taken over the territories. But he wants to create a job for them in an unstable country. The insecurity that Buhari, an army general, could not deal with. P2B, a trader, wants to go to war and defeat them. giving our people false hope. He's going to Germany, he's going to US, he's going, everyone, just like they did in Nnamdi Kanu, they will make everybody to be talking P2B, P2B. He wants to swear and uphold and sustain this Leviathan that has been defeated because he wants to help British Crown and the 5 demonic entities to do their dirty job. See them. These are all part of Coven. These people have sold their people one by one, all of them. And most of the time you see them talk from one side of their mouth, a little to this, because it's the people pushing them. Like we keep telling you, you are the ones that will push them to do the right thing. Not them by themselves, because they are morally bankrupt. They lack integrity. They lack principles. That's why you see them move from APC to PDP to Labour to anyone that is moving, which vehicle is going, we are entering. It's not about principles. It's not about ideology. Today they are supporting APC. Today is a PDP. Tomorrow is ABGA. When they enter ABGA, from ABGA they meander into PDP. From PDP they meander into PC. They lack integrity. These men lack integrity. They cannot hold and stand on something and say, this is what I believe in. No. Today they believe something else. Tomorrow they believe something else. That is why they keep selling their people, because they are all compromised. We told you that they made their money through illicit means. Ask yourself, what intelligence do they have that in a place where our people cannot even get money to pay school fees, to feed their children, they are becoming billionaires? What are they doing? What are they doing? We told you that when you discuss with some of them one-on-one, they are not intelligent people. They have no sense. Apart from all these things they rehearse and give them. So where are you getting the high IQ that you become billionaire and my people cannot even feed themselves? As hardworking as they are, my people were ruche. My people have sense. As hardworking as they are, the more they work out, the poorer they become. You become the billionaire because you are cheating them. Because the enemy has recruited you and they give you business behind. And you know what? When you knock on, when they need you, they will come for you. They will tell you what to do. If you don't do it, you will be blackmailed. It's not start now. Right from the time of Nnamdi Azikiwe, we told you that Nnamdi Azikiwe made that infamous move of forming an alliance with Fulanis because he was blackmailed into doing that. He was moved into doing that. There's a pyramid we are trying to show you. It's like our own picture is blocking it. So you can see this is what we say pyramid of evil. Nigeria, the pyramid of evil. This is by Ninas, confirming the other prophecies that you heard. These are independent people working. You see, the British crown is on top of this pyramid of evil, followed by the caliphate. Then the 1999 constitution, which will tell you is that that's the Leviathan that they are using to operate, because they have to operate. The demon will have to use something to operate. Then the federal government, which has been hijacked by the Fulanis. That's why all your security agencies are all headed by Fulanis. Why will you have security? And then these people already in place, them P2B will now enter inside and become president of the Fulani head of state that Buhari has put all of them. He will now enter and start ruling them and telling them what to do. Does it make sense, my people? It does not make sense. This structure needs to go down. You see, this structure is coming down. And it has already come down because we have told you that the smart way to work with this thing is not through arms, guns, and bullets. Eventually, we will need guns and bullets. That's for self-defense. That would be a high-rated operation. This is not what they discuss on social media. This aspect of the work, they don't discuss it on social media. This is not what you carry guns and give to illiterate children to be running up and under inside bullet, inside bush with machete, massacring people. That's not the level we are talking about. That's a 1805 level. We are at the level of drones. We are at the level of technology. When you move, But you cannot move if the people are not enlightened, if the people are not carried along. That's why we're taking time to enlighten our people so that they will understand where we're going. So those people that always say, oh, you need gun and bullet, you need to do, you don't know gun and bullet more than us. The level that we're operating. This is nations we are talking about. So for you to build nations, you also need self-defense. But it's not the level of children that are running up and down inside bush, looking for who to kill. Are we looking for rats? The people you're operating with are operating at high level. What are you doing with sending children that are not trained inside bush, running up and down? It's a higher level of operation. But we need to do the first thing first. Get the things right. The strategy of Ninas. This woman repeated it verbatim. Meanwhile, we did not know. Why? Writing, truth is consistent, like we tell you. It's called international protocol. It's standard. H2O is water anywhere in Africa, in London, in UK. Is a standard formula. That's the way the work of Ninas is. It's standard. It's standard. There's no mago inside. There's no lie, nothing. You will follow the process. We have shown you last week 6 boxes of the things that needed to be done, and we told you we have done 13. We are the level of 15, 14, 15 combined. Listen to this woman. I will come in again to break it to you, because some people listening to this prophecy think is in the past. This is what Ninas has been doing. We'll break it down for you.
So I believe that what you are about to see in Nigeria is a whirlwind of God who is going to start to discredit your political system. Within the next 10 months, the Lord says that your political leaders will be exposed and discredited. And the Lord says he will discredit their morality. He will discredit their integrity. He will discredit their financial dealings. He will discredit their lifestyle choices. And he says, watch as I bring a sustained humiliation to the system of leadership within this nation. And the Lord says, I will agitate and convulse and shake and show my power, for I am going to bring a chaos war where I whirlwind them out of their seats. But the Lord says, you have 10 months. Because the Lord says, if I come with a discrediting Nahum chapter 1 whirlwind, you must have dealt with Leviathan, or Leviathan will retake back the leadership of Nigeria, but you know it is 7 times worse at that point.
Powerful.
I will break it down for you. This prophecy came in February and said there's a whirlwind of God coming. And that whirlwind of God will expose the Nigerian system, the governance and leadership structures, starting from February. And it's going to be for 10 months. You see, it's not, this prophecy cannot be talking about P2B, because we see some people, some misguided, wicked, illiterate human beings sharing this video, Facebook, saying P2B. P2B is part of the spirit of Leviathan. P2B is not for you, because he has told you he will uphold the 1999 Constitution. The 1999 Constitution is not a problem. When we know that 1999 Constitution is what Britain and Caliphate is using to put us in this bondage. But he told you it's not a problem, because he's the recent Jim Jones. He's the Jim Jones that has been recruited to kill black people. And you will die in thousands if you listen to P2B. So this prophecy said that will be exposing them, which is what Ninas has been doing since the time before they even came. And we have been on this campaign. We didn't even know that we had a timeline. That means it's supposed to end by December. February to December is 10 months. And we have been doing this job of exposing the Nigerian system. That's why Ninas, we told you, is 1999 Constitution. That is the evil, demonic thing that is breathing hot air on our neck, that we will never move forward with it. We broke it down for you. We told you how the politicians are the same, how all of them, the political parties, are the same. Now, once they say they're upholding the 1999 Constitution, they are working for the enemy, period. We gathered the people, the indigenous peoples together to bring order against the chaos and the confusion that the Britain and their coven, caliphate, and all their willing tools are bringing. We gathered the people together to form an alliance in peace. No warring, no confusion, no twisting of truth. We used truth to deal with the people. So the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination is God's whirlwind. What did we say? Ninas is God's whirlwind. And we, the Doctors of Truth, will tell you, because like we said, our own is to identify the road. Say, this is the light, my people follow. We are not the ones that formed Ninas. We stumbled upon them. When we came out from the fake IPOB, we were looking for a way to deliver our people, because we know Nnamdi Kanu was not for our people. We dealt with him one-on-one. We knew he was a criminal, and we began to look for a way to free our people. Then we stumbled on Ninas, and we began to investigate what they were doing, ask questions, read it. We read, my dear. We watched videos, asked questions. We now say, oh, this is it. So this prophecy of God's whirlwind exposing the evil system of Nigeria, Ninas has been doing that, and we have few months to finish up. Now, he said something again. Listen very well. He said that by the time the 10 months would have been completed, that this whirlwind, that we, the people, would have dealt with the Leviathan. Because when we bring the Leviathan down, after these 10 months, if the Leviathan manages to conquer the land again, he said our situation will be worse, 7 times worse than what we have ever been before. And we told you that on December 16th, 2020, we had what you call constitutional force majeure to bring down that Leviathan, that British Caliphate demonic system. We brought it down by that event, because we told you that this battle is not gun and bullets. It's systemic. So we went to the system, we went to the jugular, went to where the problem is, and brought it down. We're going to show you another video. Because when we say constitution, some people say, oh, let's have national conference, and let's have national assembly, let's have national dialogue. All these are part of the Leviathan. A demon cannot kill another demon. For you to bring a demon down, you have to be operating outside the demonic system. You cannot be inside the demonic system and think that the demon will allow you to conquer him. You operate from outside, albeit from a higher realm, both spiritually and physically, intelligence and everything. Higher realm, and bring the demonic system down. That is what Ninas has done. Let's listen to Brother Tony, because like we told you, this job we dedicated to Ninas. Brother Tony is spokesman for Nina. Brother Tony is not the only person doing Ninas. No, it's the indigenous peoples, and we are all part of it. However, somebody has to speak, because we don't want chaos. Like we said, we don't want confusion.
Everybody,
one talk here, one talk here. Chaos everywhere. We didn't want it. We will finish. You say, speak for us. Tell the enemy what we, the people, are saying. Then the enemy will speak. We will now look at it, put heads together, and say, okay, reply the enemy like this. Because we want order. We don't want confusion. We don't want chaos, because that's what the enemy is working with. And when you expose all the people working, they will attack everybody and kill everybody. It's easier to protect one person while we all hide behind, but working together in an alliance. So you will listen. This thing was said 9 months ago. 9 years ago. Listen, and then you see what we're talking about. Go ahead, please.
With our very first interview on the show this morning. I'm focusing on what Mr. President had to say while addressing Nigerians yesterday at the 53rd anniversary speech, where he talked about the convocation of a national conference. With Victor and I in the studio this morning is one Nigerian who have been a strong advocate of this conference from time immemorial, Mr. Tony Nnadi, who is the convener Movement for New Nigeria and also the Secretary General for Lower Niger Congress. Thank you, sir, for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Nnadi. You have severally spoken about the convocation of a conference to discuss some of the most burning issues in Nigeria today, and how the decision of the president to raise an advisory committee to set out the modalities and procedures for a national conference. How did that news get to you?
Well, with a measure of relief, I must say, though I consider it a marginal improvement from what the situation demands. You know, a marginal improvement in the sense that all this while they had insisted that sovereignty now vests with the government to decide for us on all kinds of things. And our position has been that if they go to section 14, subsection 2A of the Constitution of the Federal Republic, which they are using to manage Nigeria today, they will see the basis of all the arguments that sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom government, through this Constitution, derive all its powers and authority. There's no other way they know that is the truth. Yet, Absalom Abubakar and a chain of other military presidents since 1966 took it upon themselves to usurp the sovereignty of people and impose the constitution exclusive, to the people. That is to say, they became the sovereigns by stepping into the almost as if stepping into the shoes of Britain that had governed us for almost 70, 80 years up to that point, to impose a constitution that starts with the preamble, we the people. That is a fortune. That's a secret.
Let me get you correctly now, Mr. Nnadi. So you say that this is not necessarily a solution to what we are.
The discussion we are asking for is that originating discussion amongst the ethnic nationalities that the British locked in here and called Nigeria. From that time in 1914 to now, it had not been their decision to be together, and the terms of that being together had already been imposed.
Let's ask you this question, because it's coming at a time where everyone is saying, yes, it is very timely to have a national dialogue.
Yeah.
For some people, it's not really whether it's sovereign or not. That is the issue. The issue is we have got things to talk about, and there comes a time, thank goodness, the president is talking about it. Some would describe you as a pessimist. Isn't it too early to predict that this might not lead to the outcome we all desire as a people?
I was looking at the terms of reference. The first one must commend the statesman in Mr. President in taking this kind of decision at this time in the midst of all the noise against it. And I was saying that there is no way to go, not near where we will just come to the point where let's hope that this advisory committee, because many of the people on the list are people who have been in and out of the process we had embarked upon for over 15 years, to let Nigerians know that our situation is exactly like the situation of South Africa under apartheid constitution. What we're talking about is that all of what we're lamenting about, if you want to know what we want discussed, for which reason we are saying we have not even started, that preamble to the Constitution that says we the people have decided to live here according to this Constitution is saying that the Ijaw people have decided to submit their land and their people into a Nigeria. And the terms of that submission is what the Constitution is supposed to be discussing. And what we're simply saying is that what happened to the closest example from where everybody can copy so that we don't get lost in the forest, so that we don't set up a fight that can be avoided.
Okay, now when you talk about the
Let me
people,
land so that we can get it in perspective. When I've spent 15 years of my shop life to look into all the departments of, we've been going all over the place, digging into that. I have here the documents of Lugard, by which we were changed into this bad arrangement. We have all the documents they've been trying to hide from us, and we're going to expose it to our people. We already have some editorials running since last week, and more will come in terms of bulletins. We're saying that we have a situation in our hand that is exactly like the apartheid constitution of South Africa, in which a minority imposed a constitution on the owners of the land, on the majority, and became the new owners of the land for 80 years. It came in 1910 or 1912, and stayed all the way to 1990. And what Mandela and Co., they had a parliament. Why was apartheid constitution changed by editing of the parliament? The government of Frederick de Klerk in 1990 came to the point where, having been resisted on the street enough, announced that the apartheid constitution of South Africa will have to be changed, and that a discussion that will bring a totally new constitution will have to hold.
This is what you want Nigeria to do.
This is the only thing, that's not what I want. This is the only thing that can solve the kind of problem we have.
That is
and if they do not do
the
that,
question.
They do not do that, they will be leaving the ethnic nationalities with no option than to exit the union on
Now
their own.
the question.
All right,
Thank
I'll
you.
stop this video here.
We like showing you to say it so that he will say it with the force that it needs to be said. We are not begging Fulanis. Like in South Africa, foreigners came and took over the land and imposed the apartheid constitution on the people, and it was done away with. So what we're saying is not constitutional amendment at all. Please listen. Just that they don't understand English, because the people don't understand English, they put this one, and it's not amendment. You don't amend what you did not make. We are saying, we the indigenous people, the owners of the land, we have not agreed to form a union. And as a result, we have not written a document. And when we have agreed that, oh, this is the problem, 1999 is the problem. One, going to election to get a foolish man that wants to drive a car without engine is not the way forward. For those that are saying, what's the way forward? Yes. Going to election to bring a foolish man that wants to ride a car that he by himself declared that he has no engine is not the way forward. Two, national conference, which they did 2014, confab, bringing it back is not the way forward, because you know what? That failed. That conference failed because the modalities were wrong. It was sabotaged the way Aburi was sabotaged before it even started. And that's why you saw Brother Tony telling you from beginning, this thing was done 2014. He told them, he said, it will fail. This thing will fail. It will not bring the solution that we want. You cannot continue to do wrong thing and expect to get something right from it. When people are ignorant, they accept anything. This is why there's massive enlightenment campaign by Ninas. Some people say, oh, you're always talking. Yes, it's called enlightenment campaign. If you don't do this campaign, even when you build the nation, stupid people will enter and go and destroy it. Did you not get a freedom, independence in 1960, which we told you it was Britain handing over to Caliphate, that you didn't have freedom? If people were enlightened, they wouldn't have allowed that thing to happen. But that day they were dancing now, Igbo dance in the name of freedom. They have independence. Meanwhile, what you had was change from external colonizers to internal colonizers. We don't want a repeat of that. That is why we come here, giving our time to do this enlightenment. Join us in doing it. Share, like, subscribe. Stop going to watch people that are showing you bonbon. The bonbon will take you to fire. This Ikebe go put you for trouble. Ewo Ikebe. You see Ikebe? Ikebe will destroy you. But if you watch Daughters of Truth, you will develop sense. So we are telling our people that what we are demanding for is two-step fundamental constitutional reconstruction. What did we say? Two-step. It has to be two-step. You know why it's two-step? The first step is the people will decide, do I want to be inside or outside? Because for you to have a nation, you have to have willing citizens coming together saying, we want to build a nation. And the only way you will make that determination, because we have ethnic diversity, diverse culture, diverse language, diverse religion, we are so diverse. However, diversity is not the problem. It's how the diversity is managed that is the problem. Because we are so diverse, Igbo person will not speak for Ijo. Ijo will not speak for Ishekiri. We are going to have multi-regional referendums where each ethnic nationality, if you want, let us be 1,000, we don't care. Each ethnic nation will vote and speak what they want to do and who they want to form nation with. That's the first step. Then the next step will now be to write the constitution, which the people will write. For you to write constitution, you start from the grassroots and they go up. If it is a federal system you want, it will be a union of individual constitutions, the member nations that make the federal system. We have their own individual autonomous constitution. You will bring it and unite it. That is a union constitution. One man will not go into a hotel with his girlfriend and write something and bring it and say, this is union.
And we are okay with it.
And you are okay with it. And you are getting ready to get PVC.
Try.
One that will fire people is still doing press up.
All right, we have a caller. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good morning. My name is BT Obiena. I'm calling from Los Angeles. Thank you so much. I just want to call and encourage you. I know it's been a while, but what shall I say? The truth is clear. What Ninas are saying, it does not require so much reading, just like Avery was saying. It doesn't require too much reading. It's very easy to understand unless the individual don't listen. Okay, what do you have to read about? Just understanding that what is governing us and what we are using as a template for the rulership, because this is not democracy in any way, it's about the government. What are we not seeing as far as the way things are going? Okay? The entire assembly or the people that say they're the government, the lawmakers are not making laws. The so-called president is nowhere to be found, but they have a presidency. And then the legal arm of the government is not doing anything. Because all you see them is put on wigs and go to court and sit around. And where will you start? Okay? So the reason I'm calling is I do want to put up a question as far as how do we make this thing reality? Because I'm always with you guys. I hear what you're saying. To be sincere, because he has done enormous work to explain these things. He put up a kind of a visual prompt to show people what he's saying, how the 12 modern states gone, and we are still being allowed, we are still believing that we are in one Nigeria. I honestly speaking, it bothers me. And even as he's doing this, in people that are supposed to be around him to make this thing happen, everybody is doing otherwise. Okay? Everybody is doing whatever they want to do. The people that you are talking to, I don't know if they are listening, they are not paying attention. one thing with this group of people called Nigerians is that they are very distractible. Very distractible in the sense that a little thing can distract them. Okay? A little thing can distract them. And then what you see now happening all over, it's about the obedience. I'm not against them because you know what, sometimes one may even settle for what they say if you can beat them, join them. But I'm not joining nobody anywhere. But this is their country that they are playing away with. Now, one will begin to ask a question because 2 days ago we saw a lot of them. The youths are shouting and they want to change the government and everything. But we saw a lot of these people, I don't know what to call them. Some of them have been in that government as long as I've been on earth here. And they're still not retiring. They now converged in London and went to Paris. And today, when you look at the Facebook, you see millions of youths running after, welcoming this weekend. I mean, what do you want me to say? Personally, I don't hate you. I don't hate none of these people. It's just that they have refused to do what will benefit the people.
Brother,
I mean, this group of people,
you can see from the explanation that Sister we did today how they are part of the system to keep us down. They are just playing their roles. For Munna, they can transition to be obedient and they will be idiots everywhere. You know, we can see what is going on. We are still dealing with the same five-headed demon. And it's even amazing that the so-called leader of Biafra made one out and put his initials inside of it. And my people were jumping up, sharing it. Just the level of ignorance is just, I have never seen anything like this. I have never, even with their exposure to the internet, to the social media, you would think that it could have been proved by now. Instead, the article intensified in terms of them not understanding what they are looking at. Obi is part of the coven. Nandi was part of it before that. Hani on email and Obasanjo and all these things, like we explained earlier, is like.
I told him because he kept, you know, getting on that.
That's the head demon now. That's the head demon. You have to call him.
Than what we are looking at.
That's a witch.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the most important thing is to understand what is happening around us, because, like we said, instead of going for the juggler, you'll be scratching them not by even making you her shoes safe and tying their shoes. You're supposed to be jumping up to stop them from breathing. So that's the importance of what we're trying to create today, to see that this is the same plan, the same people doing the same thing. They come in different formats. They come with different ideas. They even come with different people and put them in line with their actions.
The lame dog is part of these people, according to.
So they're all together.
They're all together. Bypasses and all their conscience in Nigeria, they are trying to do what they can.
They're incapable.
Nigeria, because Nigeria is in oxygen. You are from how many years you got on my government? In Joanna and Kebo Kizita, Noibono, Abani, Abia State is rotten. And these are people that are regrouping again to come and rescue Nigeria. How many times has he been in office? How many times? So, you know, like I always say, all I can say, or I can tell people is the truth. say it out there, whether they hear or they don't. You know, the whole situation seemed like the time of Noah.
Yes.
When they're telling people that there's going to be flood, there's going to be disaster. And if you truly go and watch this movie, you will see how they are mocking Noah.
Yes.
That's what they're doing.
Exactly.
The group of the remnant, they can come out to say, oh, that man, a fire carrying man. And they're shouting on the radio as far as they're talking about referendum. Ask them, how does referendum happen? As we speak right now, they are coming together to raise money for ESM. And the ESN that is already known to have inflicted a lot of terror in our land. Today, they want to compare what the Boko Haram is doing as against the ESN. So I don't even want to talk about it. But it's some people in the United States, some people that are enjoying all the efforts. They enjoy in a different system where things are working out, are coming together because they want to be noticed and shouting that they are doing a mega fundraising. If a nation is going to be realized, is the funding for that nation going to be a mega fundraising on Facebook? Sometimes it's kind of, you know, so, you know, I just call to encourage you guys, you know, my concern is that where are these indigenous nationalities? Because it appears that everybody has been overtaken with this wave of obedience. You know, I know that, yeah, that's my concern.
No, bro,
that's my concern. Where are these indigenous people?
Brother Bid,
that are supposed to make this happen?
Yeah, Brother Bid is not hearing me.
Explain to me because.
Yeah, go ahead. Listen.
Brother Bid, we are the indigenous peoples. Brother Bid, we are the indigenous people. Yes. We are not politicians, so we are not making noise with those that are giving them rights and giving all those stuff. The indigenous people, remember that we are talking about over 200 million people. So even if you see 5 million dancing on Facebook or jumping up and down, there's still another group that is not on Facebook that you're not seeing. The indigenous people are working together. Those that need their land back. And they're working together. You will not see them all. Like I told you, the demon that we are pursuing is a bloody demon looking to kill everyone. So this program, this battle is not show battle. It's not a battle of we want to come and show ourselves so that you see us. These meetings keep going on. Some in the middle of the night, somewhere you don't even know that meeting is holding on. It's like when slavery was destroyed in America. They had underground meetings. They had underground railways where people will move from one spot to the other. The system did not detect them until they will move those people and escape them to Canada, where it's free. This is how liberation work is done. Liberation work is not done by noise. Liberation work is not done by show because it's dangerous. The people that have been surviving on your resources for years, why do you think he will come in front and start dancing in front to see me, see me, see me? We are the ones doing it. Anybody that you see standing in front and say we are the ones doing it, the person is not doing anything. It's show that doing. The people that are doing this work, pushing this work, are not open. You don't know them. You might pass them on the road. You will know that the ones. However, we know ourselves. those that will know, me, I don't know all of them. I only know those that I'm working with. I know Sister Monachi, I know the few that I'm working with. But from the results, from the agitation you see in the enemy's camp, from the reaction you see from the enemy's camp, you know that they are in trouble, that they are running around, that there's trouble happening. When you see the ambassador of representing Britain in Nigeria that has never traveled to Southeast before, you see her running up and down, going to, you know there's fire on the mountain.
Yep. And it
So
does not have to be on
please.
the social media, so don't get it twisted, my brother.
Bratoni said,
No,
when the
I'm not
darkness
getting,
comes,
I'm not getting it twisted because
one
you know
to
the
take it
popular vote now. Mainly what is happening right now.
Don't worry about what is happening. Do not worry.
Brother Obid, you need to listen to us. You need to pay attention. Brother Obid, Brother Obid,
Get this information from
Brother Obid.
because we are
Information rules the world. Policies rule the world, not multitude of ignorant people. Nigeria, America that you live in was built by 11 people. 11 people. So please, Brother Obid, when you say where are the people, you are one of the people. And I've told you this in private. I told you, Brother Obid, you need to hold the bull by the horn. If you come into my show and be asking me where are the people, I will ask you, Brother Obid, where are your followers? Where are the people listening to you? You are a father. Where are your children? That's what I will ask you. I'll throw the question back to you. Where are your children? Do you understand?
my children are here. My children are here.
Beautiful. So where's your children? And by your children, I don't mean your biological children. I mean those that are calling you our father, Obid. That means you have followership. And when you tell them something, they will listen. When you speak encouragement, they will be encouraged. But when you call you the father, you don't know the road, and you're saying, where are the people? They will say, our father does not know the road. What happens to us?
No. That's not what I mean, because everyone that is with me understands.
Yeah.
As our Yeshua said that the sheep hears his voice, and then he also hears the voice of the sheep, the one that he owns.
Yes.
The point here is, maybe perhaps I'm looking at the periphery because of
you are looking at the periphery, please. And we need you
when I
to.
look at these people, when I look at Autumn, I couldn't understand. Okay, let me not say something because I don't know.
No, like we told you.
I don't know why you will marry. Let me not say something.
Okay,
but
now
it's very disheartening when these people keep talking about Nigeria and they are not talking about what needs to be done first to decide if people want to be that Nigeria. You can hear them. Okay, when they are talking, they are not talking about, like he said, he acknowledges that Nigeria is in oxygen. But he's not talking about
because they are part of the system, Brother Obid. That's where we come in. That is where we come in. You're not waiting for them to come and make this change. They are benefiting from the system.
Yes.
So it's up to us, we that are in charge of enlightenment campaign, to tell our people that these are the things that needs to be done, because you would never expect Pastor Mbaka to come and rescue you from your church. It's you that will start in your neck of the wood.
Did you hear Bishop Cook lately?
I don't follow criminals, my brother.
I don't follow these people that are unstable. I don't listen to their news.
He's doing his own job. I mean, if some of them will do what he's doing and ask those questions that he's asking, I mean,
you can't even praise him, because he can go tomorrow, Buhari eat breakfast with him, he will be singing another song.
These are compromised people.
They have met with Bishop Koka or Kukak or whatever Konaza. He has all the information about what Ninas is doing. We have the videos, we have the pictures, so they cannot even hide it. So if they come out tomorrow,
ask question, what is wrong with our people asking questions? A few minutes ago, I just watched Saludo in Rome. He went there for this brother who is getting hooded with a red cap as a cardinal. and drunk. Okay? So, I mean, these are clergy. These are people who are supposed to influence or rather speak about evil in their land. I don't know how much he has done. But people like these are supposed to be speaking. When we talk about South Africa, who comes to mind as a clergy? Desmond Tutu. When we talk about civil rights organization here in the United States, who comes to mind? It's MLK Jr. Okay, these are people that do things based on humanity because the morality is high. You know, and it brings to question, where is the moral?
There is none. Stop looking for it. They don't have any. They don't have any. And it's established. We have already accepted that. What we are not going to do.
They were all raised. There are people that laid that road for them to walk through. What is wrong with these people?
They are incapable of delivering our people. They are very incapable. They don't even know who they are. They are very incapable. So stop looking up to them and just do your work from your neck of the wood. They would never, ever, ever. The Pope is not speaking. Yeah, for one cardinal of one village in Anambra. They are not speaking. But you and me and everybody else, we can speak for ourselves and say, this is what we want. We are not waiting for the cardinals. Neither are we waiting for the church leaders, Papa Gio and Daddy Gio. We know they are all business partners. They are in this together. So we are not waiting for them. And even if they come out today and say, oh, Constitution, I am standing in my spirit that they will come out in 2 weeks and say it's not Constitution. That's how convinced I am. So if you are working from that perspective, nothing will surprise you. You're not going to wait for autumn to wear chieftaincy, army coat today to say we are this, and then tomorrow he's eating breakfast with his criminal brothers and sisters. They are all playing games with our people. In a normal place, that autumn, is he eligible to rule even a cow? Talk less of human beings. Exactly. In a normal situation. Exactly. Or Ipazu represents his representation of a pighood, or one pig. That's why he lives in a place called Aba that is full of bigotry and everything else. It doesn't bother him. Is Ipazu eligible to rule anyone? He can't even control his wife and his stomach, and he wants to rule my people. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. We're not talking about these people. What we need is our ordinary people, especially those who are diaspora that still have access to electricity and everything else. To now, even if woman nega send the ego, you must compel them to do the right thing. When we send money. These are the things that are causing you not to ever have money in your pocket. These are the reasons why you will never get a job. This is systematically set for you to continue to die for no reason. Because of that, we need you to understand these are the things that can bring you out of that slavery, because we are in slavery. There's no other way to describe it. How about the slavery bigger on a platter of a goat, and they laid the goat plate, and we left the slavery camp on top of it? We need to do better. So, yeah, we are not dependent.
We are working on it, and I'm honestly believing that God will help us out, because this is so much of a huge monster that needs to be dealt with. And it does not happen until the people get the knowledge.
And they will get the knowledge. Because as we remain consistent and persistent, they will get the knowledge. Yes. That's all that matters.
It's already happening. It's happening, Brother Bid. You need to be encouraged.
I want to thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
You guys are doing a good job.
Yes,
and we need help. All the people.
Yes.
All the people. It's so sad, even talking about the ones that are in diaspora that don't know their right hand from their left side. But it's okay. I'm believing that this is not gonna be the end of it all. It's something definitely is gonna happen. Well, the people to liberate themselves from that dungeon called Nigeria. I want to thank you guys for always being consistent. Every weekend you're here. Thank you all for what you're doing.
There, well, thank you
Thank you,
so
Brother Beauty. Thank you very much. We need our people to be encouraged. What we're doing is generational work. It took over 200 years to get us down. It's not a fly. It's not a fry in the frying pan. You just put oka in the frying pan, do yang, then you are free. It's a strategic move, and we have been on. Like we told you, we came and joined people that have been working for over 20 years. Caught up with them and started moving. That's why more people will need to join, and more people are joining. Like we said, people are calling us because the truth, one thing about truth is that it's consistent. No matter how long you tell yourself lies, when you wake up, truth is standing in front of you, still saying the same thing. And then you are the one that will join truth. I also told you that these people are working together. They belong to the same coven, all of them. Like Autumn that we told you, he even said it that he was not the one making the announcement, that his people pushed him to do it. His people compelled him to do it. So if you see Autumn as an individual saying his own personal thing and hanging out with his friends, don't be confused. The people of the land are the ones pushing the right thing, which is what it's supposed to be. You two need to go and push your governor. No matter how they hang out with their old boyfriends, eat chicken and do whatever, they will do the right thing. Wake up your neighbors, wake up your brothers and your friends. Everybody wake up, because this vehicle is moving. And we played the prophecy to you. Why we played it is for you to see those that are saying, if God will help us, if God will help us. God is already helping us and he's working with us. That's why he's sending messages from foreigners, from locals, for everywhere, saying, this is the step. This is the way. Follow it. People should be encouraged. Thank God Nina started work before we came. Thank God. All these things prophesied, work has already started. And people should share this video to the people in that church, because they were looking so dejected when they got the prophecy, because they didn't even know where to start from. If you watch the rest of the video, when they were praying for some of them, receive the spirit of Joshua. And some of them was like, me, Joshua? Where am I going to start to deal with Leviathan? Yes, be encouraged. Send the videos to them that the work is already going on. So Brother Tony wrote, he said, the whirlwind that Emma Stark spoke about makes a landfall. All the noise and commotion about elections 2023 will be blown off without trace. But as she warned, the human collateral damage that will come with it, just because of ignorance, will be a great one, will be great. Only the mercy of God will wake our people up. And like Obidi also said, that this is like the time of Noah. Okay, still reading. Okay. In the course of the last 12 to 15 years, we intensively engaged the church leadership across Nigeria at the topmost levels. That's what we're talking about. GOs, Mama GOs, Daddy GOs, Uncle GO, Brother GO, Nephew GO, all of them. They were all involved, all of them. Chris Okoti, Bakario, Adeboyo, Ajeboye, Oyebanjo, Osibanjo, all of them were discussed with for a period of over 15 years. But the church leaders are with the system. The church chose to go with Leviathan. Are you listening? The church you are attending, where you go and pay your tithe, buy cars for them, give them offering, they are with Leviathan. They are with the system. They are with the thing that is against the children of God, the church that you attended. The day their congregations will see evidence of their roles in the torment they live in, many of those church leaders will flee their cathedrals. There is a timing for when that exposition will happen, because we will do the job we are called to do, to expose the evil. And that's what you do to evil. You don't shoot evil with gun and this thing. You expose evil. What? Because evil needs darkness to operate. So once you throw light, which is say Ninas is the beam of light. When God led Israelites, he led them with a pillar of cloud and a pillar of light. Ninas is that pillar of light. Around Ninas, there's no darkness. It will not leave. That is why when you hide, we carry our lights and come and put where you are. Also, man, you run. So all the kitty, kata, it will happen. All we need to bring is light. When we bring the light, they will start running. However, we still remember there's something called self-defense. But that self-defense will not fall into the hands of non-state actors and criminals that are walking on the road, chopping the heads of our people, massacring and butchering them. That is not the self-defense we are talking about. We are talking about organized legal self-defense. It's still part of the structure. It's part of what the strategy. Everything has its own time. That's how you work with strategy. Strategy, you do A, then finish A, move to B, move to C. We understand with our people because our people have not been used to process. Our people are the people that will go to school and then they will not attend class. They will not write notes. They will go and do business. Then when they come, you say, Madam, what is the note? Madam, did they give notes? Did they give lecture? What is the assignment? Let me copy. Can't copy. When you and copying to read the exam, we will pass because you copied, okay? You will get the degree. But you know what? You won't be able to practice what you read because you went through school. The school did not go through you. Your brain did not receive knowledge. That's the difference we're seeing. That's why people will see Nina's material, read it, and it will do vam inside their head. They are not understanding because the brain has
and their professors too, and doctors.
And their professors so the brain has not been trained to follow logic and follow process. They are always Appian way, shortcuts. Which one is this? Which one is this? I just go and just. They have never been through process. But you know what? This time around, you must follow through process. I am not to go as mothers. Process must take effect. We are here. When you come, we tell you, take a chair, sit down. Go back. Watch. Sit down and watch. If you can read, sit down and read. That's your brain. You must get something inside it because the nations we are trying to build is a nation where the citizens will be people that use their brain. Not like follow. Today is Nnamdi Kanu, tomorrow is Obi, tomorrow is this. Yet you are doing Biafra. You should be ashamed of yourself. Get out from here.
All right, my sister. Well done. Like we said, the worst thing that can happen, you obiculate, you're obedient, you articulate. Next 2023 will be 7 times hotter for you than it is now. So calculate it in your head. Here you are now, the temperature is 97. And they're telling you next year, your temperature will be 97 times 7. You go figure. You're here to receive. And then God, they will remain. That's what he's going to do. You remain God. Because all God say, I gave them all the signs and wonders. I gave them all they were just busy collecting red flags. Look where this thing, remove yourself. They will take the red flag and bag it up. When it's time to pay, our God will remain God. He wouldn't pay attention. You're gonna know somewhere. Oh, there's some place in West Africa, the giant of Africa, now half of them is dead. Terrorists have overrun them. Oh, it's worse than Afghanistan. And I want headline news. And that's it. The world will keep moving on. And America will keep ordering their Uber Eats online. They will order their coffees online. And you will die. And the war without end will continue. Because you have received the message to do the right thing. If you want to allow someone that will tell you he never received 1 naira and he never received anything, that's the same thing Nnamdi was doing. The day he came to Houston, we knew how much we gave him. As soon as he went out, he was like, oh, you're going to go. Come and say it now.
I'm telling you.
Maybe he wasn't referring to, maybe he's referring to the whatever. Very bold in their ways.
Very bold in their, prideful in their evil.
Oh, I only have 1 watch. Even me, the poorest person, I don't have 1 watch. I've gotten 3 or 4 watches for birthdays. So there's no way Peter Obi will have 1 watch. But my people will believe it and be carrying it around and say he has 1 watch.
And he said, shushi, I didn't receive shushi.
When he deals with you guys, when he collects his own cuts and leave you guys to fry.
That's good.
Nothing will happen. He may even live past the Queen. Look at the Queen. All over the world, all the crimes. The Queen is almost nearing 100. Our mothers and fathers have passed on. She's still driving. They're celebrating birthdays for her. And jubilees and all kinds of stuff. So because Obi will take you guys to the slaughterhouse and you all will perish and everybody will die, it doesn't mean that Obi, because you guys will say, oh my God, I worship will kill him. My God, I worship will kill him. Your God that you worship will send him to London in one of his houses. Yes. And he will be sitting down by his swimming
pool. Now, after all the Biafran
and he will be ordering his Uber Eats. Yes. And his grandchildren will come and take picture and he'll post it for you guys on Facebook. Yep. And nothing will happen.
Nothing will happen. Look at IBB. You sit on wheelchair, he'll stand up, you grant interview. You do. None of them is dying upon all the Biafra blood that they drank, which means that it's not by that. God does not work that way. God does not operate by God will kill it, God will kill it. He doesn't, he's not a killer. He will tell you what to do. Go and do it. Simple thing that you're told to do. That's what you do, and then you see the results. That's the way it is. But if you choose to be stupid and be ignorant, the casualty will be on you and your children. And there's nothing will happen. The rest of the world will move on until you wake up with your brain.
That's it. Until next week, as mothers, we will be here for you. We will tell you the truth because your mother will never allow you, especially those mothers back then. I don't know about these ones that are allowing their son to go and hide in the bush and be eating their skin here. But when we are growing up, it's 7 o'clock, you don't come home. Go and buy pepper and bring. So my mother will just put it in your private area for you. That's what you need to do when you're coming back late. So we will stand here as the mothers that will insist that you do the right thing.
Yes.
We will persist in all our ways until the right thing is done. And you'll get your car, you're doing good job, and you're taking care of your communities. Then mothers will go and rest.
Yep.
But if you say you will be a naughty boy, nothing. Your ears, that's why a lot of our people look at Peter BC. You can see no.
Yes, that Dorian here like this. He's sticking out like this.
He's here. He's an over. I got dog do that can't until work and Kobe. That's just the way it's going to be. We are not going anywhere. You can see we are beautiful, we are young, we are strong. I can wear 60 more years to go. Can you imagine handling us for 60 years? We are not that. The sooner you guys end this madness, the sooner you don't have to see us. If not, we will be here holding you guys accountable.
Yep.
You will be here. That's your naughty head. I can anchor your I could do your dog and aunt to double tag from Eba.
Yep.
It's just that simple. Until next week.
Bye. Love you.